Calls for unity cooled quickly as the now House Intel Chairman Adam Schiff made his first big move tonight, announcing a sweeping investigation into President Donald Trump and voting to turn the transcripts of the congressional interviews with Donald Trump Jr. and Hope Hicks and others over to the special counsel Robert Mueller for cross-checking, wasting no time firing back from the president.
He's just a political hack who's trying to build a name for himself, and I think that's fine because that's what they do. But there would be no reason to do that. No other politician has to go through that. It's called presidential harassment, and it's unfortunate, and it really does hurt our country.
Joining me now, former prosecutor and Congressman, Fox News contributor Trey Gowdy. Good to see you tonight, Trey. Thanks for being here. I also want to put up a tweet by Adam Schiff and get your thoughts on this. He says, I can understand why the idea of a meaningful oversight terrifies the president. Several of his close associates are going to jail. Others await trial, and criminal investigations continue. We're going to do our job and won't be distracted or intimidated by threats or attacks, he writes. What say you, sir?
I just wish Adam would be intimidated by the facts. The 2 years that I worked with him on the Russia probe, Adam was wrong about collusion. Remember, he said he had evidence that was more than circumstantial but not quite direct, that the president colluded with Russia. He was wrong about Donald Trump Jr. and who he called before and after the meeting at Trump Tower. Adam has also leaked incorrect information to media outlets. I wish Adam were serious about oversight. There's a lot that needs to be done in the intelligence community about leaks, about FISA. He's not interested in that. He is interested in undoing the 2016 election results. And he needs facts for that. And so far, his intimidation has only been by that.
You know, I mean, it's interesting to me because as you point out, he said early on that he had seen evidence that there was collusion. Mm-hmm. So I'm just wondering, you know, I mean, none of us know what is in the Mueller report, but I wonder what his response is going to be if they don't find collusion. You know, nobody knows what else they might see in there. But I mean, how's he going to react, and where's his evidence going to be if indeed that report disappoints him?
I just hope he's asked. I mean, I'll just settle for someone in the D.C. print media asking Adam a follow-up question. He said he had evidence of collusion between Russia and President Trump before Bob Mueller was ever appointed. He had evidence of collusion before anybody else did, according to Adam Schiff. So why is he not constantly asked, as a Republican would be and should be, if you claim you have evidence, direct evidence of collusion, what is it? And he's either not asked or he's not forced to respond. Yeah,
and if that's the case, I think, you know, most of America would certainly like to know what happened, because everybody would certainly want to know that if that was indeed the case. In terms of Mr. Nadler, Congressman Nadler, who is heading up the committee, and he is asking for Mark Whitaker, the acting attorney general, who's coming in on February 8th to testify about why or why not, you know, what his process was on not recusing himself from the Russia investigation when he became acting attorney general. Then they said they were going to subpoena him also, even though he said he was going to come and talk to them.
Yeah, there are three reasons that Jerry Nadler did that. Number one, so you and I would be talking about it, and others would be talking about the acting AG being under subpoena. Number two, it does compel attendance, but Matt's already said he's coming. Thirdly, and importantly, and what I don't think your viewers know, is when Matt says, I can't answer that question because it's privileged, I can't answer that question because it's an ongoing investigation, if you're under subpoena, it makes it much easier for the committee to compel you to answer. That's why they're doing it. They're not worried about him not showing up. He's already said he's coming. Although, Martha, I hope he doesn't. He's going to be the AG for about another week. He's got about another week, so he's certainly not going to talk about his vision for the Department of Justice. He can't talk about Mueller. He can't talk about Rosenstein. He can't talk about any ongoing investigation, and he can't talk about communications he's had with the president. So what's he going to talk about? He's not going to be there in a week. So, look, Matt's got access to much better legal minds than mine, but I think I'd have a cold Friday if I were him. And then by this time next week, Bill Barr will have been confirmed, and he can come answer all of Jerry Nadler's questions. But Whitaker's got, what, a week left on the job?
Good point. Good point. Trey Gowdy, thank you very much. Good to see you as always, sir. See you next time.